how did you end up at RepStack?
I actually really like the morning timings because I'm a morning person.
Social media in Pakistan is considered to be content.
Yes, CRM automations was also something that I learned on the job on the internships.
And you joined RepStack Success Academy?
Yes, RSA, yes.
How was Braze different than HubSpot?
I recently went to LUMS for a short course related to digital marketing.
There was a huge difference of the definition of social media or digital marketing?
I was learning everything from scratch.
Hello everyone, welcome to Know Your VA podcast, and today I have Manur with me. She's been with us for a while, and Manur and Iram, these are the two people who are working in a different market than US. So today we'll have a slightly different perspective of things. Welcome Manur.
Thank you, Ever. Thank you for having me here.
You're welcome. Manu, tell us a little bit about yourself. Which part of Pakistan do you come from, and your educational background, and how did you end up at RepStack?
All right. I'm from Islamabad, and I did my bachelor's in humanities and social sciences from Bheri University. I graduated 2 years ago, and my first job was in Ghazian, Pakistan.
What was your major in bachelor's?
My major was development studies. Yeah, so my field is completely different than what I'm working right now. When I did a few internships, I discovered that I have a really keen interest in marketing. I learned a few sub-skills of marketing within those internships and within the first job that I did. I was working at Ghazian, Pakistan, which is a travel company. Mm-hmm. And then I applied to RepStack.
What was your role in that travel company?
It was social media executive. Oh. So I was handling mainly their social media accounts and the postings and the customer queries. So after that, since it was very far away from my home and the exhausted travel time which it took from the expressway to and fro every office, so I decided to apply for a remote work. Mm-hmm. And then surprisingly, after 2 to 3 months, Aisha reached out to me and I got a call out of the blue moon that I have an interview with RepStack. Mm. And I was really happy and I joined right away, and yeah, that was pretty much about it.
But your degree was not in marketing.
No.
You just started. And social media in Pakistan is considered to be a social media executive. It's like content.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you think once you joined RepStack, there was a huge difference of the definition of social media or digital marketing in that sense?
When I was working at Ghazian, I thought that my work would mainly include designing the content and just uploading it. But I was also working on HubSpot. It was a CRM software itself. So I learned that and how to handle the customer queries. And it was a whole new perspective of digital marketing for me because I was very new to this field. And I was learning everything from scratch. Right. CRM automations was also something that I learned on the job on the internships. Oh. Yeah.
So it was you were already aware of what a CRM is, right?
Yes, with my previous job. Yeah.
So that's why I think you got selected so quickly.
Maybe.
Because we hardly find people who even know about these things like GHL or HubSpot and your current one. We will come back to that.
Okay.
So and you joined RepStack Success Academy?
Yes, RSA. Yes.
Yeah. And how was your experience over there?
So when I joined RSA, I had trainings for about a month, and I was onboarded within a month with Ryan Hurst. He was owning a startup company of a marketing agency that was providing marketing services to law firms, and I was handling his social media, his LinkedIn accounts, and all the designing content, the writing content, and the posting content. So I worked with him for about 3 to 4 months, and then I was back in RSA, and then I got a new role with Bindaut, which I'm currently still working in.
Awesome. So it's a very different role, I think.
Yeah.
First of all, your CRM is different.
Yes.
I had not heard of this CRM before. And secondly, it's a different market. You're working with Saudi and Dubai, right? So how does that work? Like, how do you think working with Ryan and then working in this Saudi environment, what's the difference?
I actually really like the morning timings because I'm a morning person. So Saudi timings really worked out for me. I think I have been more productive. The night timings were a challenging situation for me because I haven't worked before in the night shift. I think now that my timings are in the morning and it covers my entire day, like 12 to 8 p.m. But I'm happy because I'm the most productive in these timings. Yeah.
Nice. And so what's the difference of people you're working with? Like Ryan Hurst is a US agency owner, and then here you're working with a bigger group, but of course a smaller team. So what was the difference that you felt work-wise?
So apart from the timings, I think Ryan Hurst had a very startup business, and right now Bindaud is a huge, massive audience with a huge, massive customer base. And I think we have a bigger team than the Ryan Hurst team, because when I was working before with the law firm agency, I was the only one in the marketing team, and I was handling everything, like from designing content till the posting content. Right now, I have 3 to 4 teams. One team is in Karachi, one team is in Saudi, one team is in Dubai, and my reporting manager Iram is in Lahore, I am in Islamabad. So we have a lot of communication which is going on in the team. So other than that, we have a huge team of content who is maintaining all the content writing every day-to-day basis, whatever goes on the social media. And then we have a team of designing, which they're basically designing our content. And then we have the Karachi team is basically handling the data, which we basically upload the audience to. So,
What's your looks like? What do you do? And you mentioned the CRM. What's the name of CRM?
Braze.
Yeah. So what's your day looking like? Like you're always on Braze? How do you just walk us through your day?
Sure. My day starts at 12 p.m. I wake up at 11. So I get fresh, I have a good healthy breakfast, then I start my work, I check some emails, I check if there are any meetings, and then I start my work by checking the content first, because I have to align all the work, and then my work is in the end. I have to launch the campaign. So first I need to check the content and then get it vetted, because I not only work in English, I also have to work in Arabic.
Nice.
So I don't know Arabic myself, so I have to get approvals for the Arabic content, and then I combine the content. Then I get the design from the design team, and then I get approvals for the design. After that, I have to set up the campaign, which we have to launch today. Then we have to ensure that what are the timings for the launching, because the Braze automation software that I'm working on basically works on Dubai timing, and we have to send this comms in Saudi timings. So I also have to ensure that there is no miscommunication in the timing schedule. So sometimes when I am setting up any campaign, so I set up usually 1 hour ahead, because that's how Braze will consider it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you design the campaign, right?
Yes, fully.
Awesome.
And launch it.
Awesome. Nice. And so how was Braze different than HubSpot?
Oh, very different. And I think Braze is also different than Go High Level, which trainings that I got in RSA. So I was very new to this Braze setup. I think Iram helped me to get a grasp knowledge of what Braze might be and how to go about it. HubSpot was more, I think, had less segments and had less automations into it. It was more related to customers' data and all. But Braze is mainly working on campaign side. The segments are way more vast. We have a segment of templates in which we store all the media. We have a segment of audiences in which we store all our audiences. Then we have different other sections. So I think it's very holistic. And by now I can say that I've learned almost 70% of Braze in this 1 year of being with Bindaud.
Nice. I've heard great things about GHL before, but you're the first one who's using Braze. So that's a new for us as well. Tell us a little bit about your work culture. How do you culturally connect with, because everybody's in a different place, and you guys have a weekly meeting together, daily meeting or monthly? How do you cope with that?
Yeah, so mostly Iram and I have an alternate, almost daily meetings or alternate day meetings. We have to align the schedule, what we have to work on in this week, and the kind of content that's coming in, or I have to share my progress with the team. with the Saudi team, we usually have weekly meetings just to stay on track and share the progress reports. Other than that, monthly, mostly with the clients that we have. So we know that these are things that we have to work on in this month, and this is the kind of content that is going to go, and this is the kind of design they would want us to launch. Yeah.
And what about Arabic? Have you ever made a mistake in Arabic?
No, I don't write the Arabic content. The Saudi team does. Okay. I just have to write the English one and then get the approvals for the Arabic one. Okay. So sometimes they also write the English ones. It's just that I have to make sure that everything, the English is saying the Arabic one. So it has to be similar.
Nice. And do you know what Bin Dawood is doing on a bigger perspective? Like, it's one of the biggest superstores in Saudi
retail
Arabia.
Industry.
Awesome. And what about your weekends? How do your weekends look like once you're not doing anything on the weekends?
So I like to maintain a work-life balance, and on the weekends I like to go out with my friends if we end up making a plan. And I usually go out with my family and spend some time with them. So I like to go out because since we are a fully remote company, I'm at home during the week, so I prefer going out on the weekends.
And how was the shift from working in office to fully remote? Did you like it? Was it difficult to adapt initially, or was it very easy? You enjoyed it? How was that?
Honestly, I think it was very challenging in the beginning because since from our childhood, we have always been in an on-site school, on-site university, on-site office. So it was different. I think somewhat we got the training in COVID, how to handle online classes and how to handle the online work. But I think when I started the trainings, I made new friends. I was assigned a training buddy. I will name her. She was Halima. And she really helped me. Whenever I had an issue, she was always there. I think kudos to her. So whenever I used to find trouble in making in any of the presentations or any of the assignments that we used to work on in RSA, so she was always there to help me out. So I think that helped me get into, and RSA is always there to train you and to help you with the executive presence. So that helped me to assemble and settle the online company.
A lot of people do tend to appreciate RepStack culture because there's a lot of support. Everybody's helping each other out. In your case, I think you just have Iram to yourself because you guys are totally working on a different...
nobody else is there to Braze.
Yeah. And you're 100% working on Braze, or do you use any other tool in your day?
No, 100% Braze.
Nice.
We have everything on Braze.
And tell us a little bit about digital marketing. How did this, of course, it's your own choice because you did graduation in something else. So how did this love happen with digital marketing, and how's it going? Are you thankful that you chose this field?
Yes, definitely. I think this is one of the best decisions I've made. I really like marketing because I think it has a creative side to it. It also has a lot of room to learn because marketing itself has many sub-levels now. Like we have SEO specialists, we have media buyers, we have CRM management. So I think there's a lot to learn, which I really like. You have a lot of skill set, a huge, vast thing to be out there. And what I really liked about marketing was also because I have always been more into creative side. Before my graduation, I wanted to go into arts, to go into interior designing. So I think some sort of creative side came into this field. Some sort of connection was that got me interested in this marketing field.
Awesome. And I think with the day-to-day change that is coming to digital marketing, it keeps you excited. And so how do you cope up with all the changes if Braze is changing? I don't know about Braze, but Goa level is changing every day. So how do you cope up with the new features, and do you guys try to implement it, or it's just wait for it, when you need to use it, we'll just use it?
So I think with Braze, it's the thing that we don't really have any YouTube videos on it. So whatever training, we got it from our experts who are still working with Bin Dawood. We have Byron, who is always there to help. So he guided Iram, and Iram also supported me and guided me on how to use Braze. And then it's a trial and error run. Sometimes if we work on new segments, we just try it out and we see what mistakes we're making, and then we try to edit them. And it's how we're learning every step by step.
And do you keep on learning about other aspects of digital marketing as well while you're, in your day-to-day, or just focused on Braze?
No, since we're on that, actually, I would like to share that I recently went to LUMS for a short course related to digital marketing. Our main focus was on paid advertising.
Oh, nice.
And I learned about paid ads. I learned YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, all social media paid advertising, how to launch the campaign, how to set up the campaign, how to set up ads, and what kind of an ad will get you more audience, more clicks, more views. It was a very good learning experience.
How long was the course?
It was 6-7 weeks.
And I'm sure there would be media. In RSA, you would have been trained on some sort of media buying as well.
Yes, I did. I initially got some ClickUp and other trainings, but when I started with the marketing field, I got more into social media trainings and YouTube advertising trainings as well. So yeah.
Awesome, nice. Great that you're doing that for yourself. I think that's the best investment one can do. Polishing your digital skills and
yes,
everything.
Definitely.
Somebody, Manu, last one. Somebody who just wants to move to digital marketing or wants to join RepStack. Any last words for them? What do you think about both of these fields and this company?
So for digital marketing, I think if someone has a very keen interest in learning more, because there's always room to learn in marketing, you can never get enough skills. And if someone is interested in the creative side or in the SEO side, I think they should just consider one forte and try to highlight and try to get a good grasp on that skill so they can really work on it. And for RepStack, I think it was a big win for me in that sense that with my previous job, I had a huge travel time, which mentally exhausted me. So I think working remotely helped me a lot to save more money, to spend more time with my family, to spend time with myself, and to save the travel exhaustion and focus on my work and my skills and learning more. So I think that was a very good side and a good decision that I made.
I think expressway is really
Oh,
exhausting.
yeah.
I've heard not any...
2 years ago, it was really bad.
Yeah.
Now it's better. But 2 years ago, it was a nightmare.
Yeah. Anyways, I think spending time on road is just wasting time.
Yes,
exhausting
definitely.
yourself just before coming to work as well,
Yes.
and then going back. It really takes a toll on yourself.
Yeah.
I think working from home is here to stay. We all... some positives of COVID maybe, if we can take them. And I think working from home is great. I love it. I'm around my family all the time. So are you. And you get you can focus on your work more. And last question I just missed, I think, that 8 hours, are you focused on those 8 hours, or sometimes you have to go more, or it's some part of those 8 hours you spend on training, or how is it like really 8 hours of non-stop work, or how does that work?
I'm working with a full-time client, so my 8 hours are fully invested with Bindaud. Sometimes we have meetings, sometimes we have less workload, sometimes we have a lot of workload that the whole day ends, we don't realize it. But that's rare. Usually I can maintain a work-life balance and it's easier. So sometimes whenever I take a break, 1 hour break in between, so I sometimes go to the gym, or otherwise I take a lunch break. But I think it's manageable. Our workload is not much that I would say that I can't handle it. So that's good.
Awesome. Thank you, Manu. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.